What's up, guys? Today's video, I think, is a very serious topic, and I think it's one that's been really boiling over in the Pokemon community over the last month. It started around, it's always been around. Scalpers have always been a thing. I think they are a necessary and relevant part of the market. But what we've seen going on over these last 3 months, but more importantly, what has gone to a head in 2021, particularly in the last 2 weeks, with these McDonald's promos and the Hidden Fates reprint, I think what we're seeing is a lot different than what is a healthy scalper reseller market. I think the scalper reseller market is important because, and I'll start with this, it's important because they help distribute some of the product and they enable people to buy a product. Sure, it's at a premium, but a lot of it's just with typically scalpers only make an extra 30 to 40 to 50%, in some cases 100% on top of MSRP. You can argue that that is for the distribution and for the time spent securing the product. Okay. And what we're seeing now, and you can tell this by lots of people joining groups like Pokemon World and Buy Sell Trade, where they have the new member tag. And it's always like, with the hand, it's like, hello, I'm a new member. And you can see when they joined a group. What we're seeing now, and there's always been protection of scalpers. I think, like I said, they're a necessary part, right? A scalper, in the traditional sense, let's compare this to buy, selling, and trading on an old world marketplace where we're literally taking caravans and carts from one town to another and trading. Okay, the scalper is just someone who goes from one town, buys the goods there, and then goes a few towns over and says, hey, so you don't have to travel or do all of this. This is how much I'm charging you. It's trade. That's how it goes. Okay, it just so happens that in the modern day we have MSRP and stores being able to distribute widely, but then there's still variance in that. There's variance in population of who wants the product locally. But that's what you have to compare it to. You have to compare it to towns and merchants and how they would take one thing to another, right? I think that's healthy, right? Necessary for a marketplace. But now this is where we're starting to see the everything boil over with Pokemon collectors. And I'm not here to gatekeep. I'm not here to say who's a collector, who's not. But what we're starting to see is a group of people who are, and this is going to sound hyperbolic, but who are effectively holding people at gunpoint, not literally, okay? Not literally, but so if we're comparing it to the trade, right? What now we're seeing people take something from one area and go to another area and take things from there, and effectively what they're doing is it's almost like you have like this, almost like they're like bandits on a trade route now. That's effectively what we've got with the scalper market now, where someone's going to a McDonald's and buying an entire box from this McDonald's, forcing all of these McDonald's to have variant policies on how many cards someone can get, simply because some people are buying them all out, some people are buying a few, some people are getting them with their Happy Meals. But the laws have changed, right? This is why we're seeing limits on stock shelves, etc. Some Walmarts are even closing down their card section because they don't want to deal with it. And so effectively what you have is you have bandits on a trail who are saying, we took this product, you can only get it from us for X amount of price. And the reason I say we have bandits on a trail with like a gunpoint and sword and whatever is because what you effectively have is you have this seller's market where complaining about price is not acceptable. And the reason why there's validity to saying that complaining about price is a bad thing. And if we rewind time back to 3 months ago and before, that's because you had to protect the value of the product. You had to say, no, there was actual market analysis being done. There was actual supply and demand being done. But now what we've effectively created is we've created so much demand in the seller's market. There's so much value to the Pokemon cards, and it's inflated. It's in our heads. We have this mimetic culture of, oh, GME to the moon, Dogecoin to the moon. And don't get me wrong, I'm in on both. I've been in on both of those things. But we have this mentality that everything needs to go up 10%, right? And that is a fundamental problem with the Pokemon market, because now you have people coming in, and I say new member tags. Of course, some of it, like, welcome to the hobby, great. I hope you guys enjoy collecting. Hopefully you guys are opening some packs, right? And not every collector opens packs. Some people collect ETBs, sealed booster boxes, whatever. I think that's fine, right? But effectively what you have now are people going and taking all of the product and saying, screw you, you have to buy it at my price. And everybody, and because the culture is like, we have to protect the value of this collectible. But what's happening now is there are sellers who are not in the buyer's market, and there's an abundance of sellers who are not in the buyer's market, and they are telling the buyers what they need to pay. And when the buyer says, no, this is what it's worth in our buyer mindset, what it's worth to us as a collectible, the buyers are getting told to shut up and sit down. I've seen this in Pokemon World. I've seen this in Buy, Sell, Trade. I've seen this all over the place. And I get it, right? I get it. It's the value of a product. And I think where a lot of people are out of touch about this is there are some, because you can still hold these products long term and make profit. No question about it. Sealed product always goes up steadily, right? There's never been a question, especially in something like Pokemon. It's a collectible that has matured. But I think what we're honestly seeing, and I think what more people need to wake up to, and they don't need to be upset about it, they don't need to yell at people, they just need to move to other parts of the hobby. Like, personally, I've started buying up some Japanese Pikachus. I got 3 Kanazawas, I got a Kyoto. I'm looking to get more, okay? Because that's a part of the collection that I like. So if this new sealed product, we've got these bandits on the road dealing with it, yes, we should be able to complain to, who, and this is another thing, is a lot of admins on Facebook groups and whatever will claim no responsibility for the state of the market, when the reality is you are the market maker, you are the market facilitator, and you need to take responsibility for that, right? Now, if you want to say it's a free market, for sure, great, but you should also be able to accept when people are complaining about that, because it is right now it is a seller's market. There are more people looking to sell to make a profit than there are people looking to buy to collect. And that's where you're seeing the things boil over. I'm not concerned about, kids not getting the product. I'm not concerned about people like having 9-to-5 jobs. That's part of the problem. Like, that's your problem if you have a 9-to-5 job and you can't go pick up the product. Find a way to get the product. Difference is buyers are being squeezed and squeezed and squeezed for everything they're worth, and no one is helping them. And that is going to be a problem in these next 3 to 9 to 12 months of Pokemon. And I think that buyers, you need to start taking self-responsibility and going and buying elsewhere. Watch SM Pratt's video on this. I think it's like, you need to adapt or die. But ultimately, there needs to be a more positive conversation about the state of the market in modern Pokemon, because it's not happening, and it's extremely frustrating to buyers. That being said, guys, I hope you all are well. I hope you're not too riled up about this. Don't yell at people on Facebook all the time. Don't tell someone they suck for selling. But also, if you went to a McDonald's and you bought a case for $200 and you're trying to flip it for $1,000, I don't know. And yeah, you just really need to ask yourself. And if you went and donated the food to homeless shelters, great. But if you're turning around and selling it for $10, I'm questioning your philanthropy a little bit, okay? If you're selling for $4, whatever, and you want to make money back on your donation, cool, we're good. We're square, right? Or you're selling it for $5, $6, whatever, I guess we're square as well. Ultimately, net good. But if you're trying to 10x your cash and donate, I think you really need to ask yourself, you need to look inward a little bit. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully this sparks some discussion around the market in a way that, I don't want anybody attacking anybody. I don't want to see any of that. But I think this is a really important conversation to have. And for those of you collectors, like people who have been in the game or who have just gotten in these last 3 months but really want to stick it for the long term, start looking to other aspects of the market. There are parts of the vintage market that are untapped. I think EX era very, very huge. Like Delta Species, Gold Star, that kind of thing, big. But also, modern Japanese promos are incredible cards. Some of them just have so many fundamentals, as SM Pratt would say. So I hope you guys, stick in the hobby. I hope you don't get too discouraged. I still think there's a lot of value in collecting Pokemon and making money off Pokemon, and I think it's just time that we all cool down. If you haven't, please like, subscribe. We'll have more comments like this on Pokemon, Flesh and Blood Market. We'll have TCG stuff on Flesh and Blood as well, and I got some great orders coming in on the Pokemon side that I'm going to show off. So yeah, I hope you guys stick around for that, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.